Been alive half a year? What? That's crazy. Feel any older? Do you? Say welcome back. It's time to talk about my 6 months. Say it's time to talk about my 6-month update. Hey y'all, we're gonna be doing Cameron's 6-month update today, right Cam? Not interested at all. He just wants to look at his Tory. Right? That's all you care about? Why are you out of breath? What is that? Okay, so sleep. His sleep schedule pretty much is still the same. So he takes these little cat naps during the day. They last anywhere from like 10 minutes to, I would say, 30, 40 minutes. Usually 10 minutes. And then at night, he sleeps through the night, but he does wake up once at 4 a.m. And it's pretty much been that since he's been 1 or 2 months. Oh, bless you. Bless you. He has his first cold. I'm really sad about it. Yesterday marked a week since his cold started. He's had like a runny nose and he's been coughing, kind of some labored breathing. But obviously you can see he's still in good spirits. He's still okay. Right, Cam? What are you doing? He's doing like the stanky leg or something. I don't know what's happening. So last month we started jar food and he loves him some jar food. So of course we started with the stage 1 and this month we got to start stage 2, which I think the only difference is that it's more textured. And then they have more of like varieties of flavors, so they'll mix up like 2 or 3 of the basic kinds that were in stage 1. So in the beginning last month, when we started, I was doing the really small jars. I think they're 2 ounces, just in case he didn't like a certain kind, or just to watch and see if he was having a reaction towards it. But at this point, he's eating the 4-ounce jars. And some of his favorites are mixed vegetables. There's one that has blueberry, banana, and green beans. And then there's another one that has oatmeal, peaches, and bananas. So he's loving those. We really haven't had any that he hates yet. There's one with zucchini, spinach, and I think green beans. He wasn't really feeling that. Just scrunching his face up and kind of turning his face. He did continue to eat it, but I could tell like it wasn't really his favorite. Where are you going? And the brand we use is Beechnut because it's all natural, it's organic, and there's no extra stuff in the ingredients. And I really like that. Like if it says bananas, blueberries, and green beans, that's what's in the ingredients with water added. So we like that. We don't need any extra preservatives, any stuff that I can't pronounce. Like, that's not good for him. And then I'm pretty sure he can start stage 3 when he turns 8 months because it has, like, little chunks in it. And actually, when I was shopping for his baby food, by accident, I bought 2 jars of something in a stage 3, and it had little pieces of, like, green bean in it. You could see him, like, trying to get it out his mouth with his tongue. He's like... So I had to kind of... move the spoon around the chunks, and he was able to eat the pureed parts. In terms of clothing, he's Oh, you want to speak for yourself? In terms of clothing, he's wearing a 6 to 9 months. At this point, I'm kind of just not even really looking at sizes anymore because different brands have different sizes. So it may say it's 6 to 9, but really it's a lot bigger, or the other way around. Like it might say 6 to 9, but it looks more like a 3 to 6. So if it looks big enough, I try it. If it fits, then he wears it. That's pretty much what it is now. But for what it's worth, he is in a 6 to 9 months. I'm starting to get him fall clothes. We actually had a few days this week where it was super cold and rainy out of nowhere, and I'm like panicking because he doesn't have anything warm yet, and he's sick. So I don't know. I just did this whole order on Carter's of fall clothes and like little jackets and stuff. So hopefully that'll come next week. What are you doing? Here, you want to play with your toy? Let me see. In terms of pamper sizes, he's in a size 4, which is really funny because what? Because we were just in Florida and we were with one of his cousins who's 1.5, and they didn't want to travel with a whole bunch of Pampers, so they traveled with exactly what they would need for the travel, and then they planned to buy some when they got to Florida. So in the meantime, I was like, well, what size does she wear? Because, you know, he wears a size 4, but it's probably okay if it's a little bit small, and then you just go to the store while we give you the Pampers. Tell me why she said that the baby, the 1.5-year-old, was wearing a size 4 too. I was like, what? I'm like, so does he have a big butt or does she have a small butt? Like, what is it? I don't understand. That caught me by surprise. It was pretty funny though. Where you going? Now, just a side note for Pampers, Huggies are the way to go for overnight because, you know, I don't know if any other moms have this challenge, but when I put him to sleep, I don't want to wake him up to change him. So I usually wait the stretch until he wakes up at 4. I use Huggies because it's thicker, and so it's less likely to leak out. Moving on to physical, which it's a good time for that because you can see he's over here trying to crawl. He rocks back and forth. Sometimes he does like a little plank where he pushes up. Oh, look, he's about to do it. He pushes up on his feet so his butt is in the air. And it looks like he's trying to stand up. You gonna do it for them? He does like a little push up. Another thing that he's doing is he'll be on this toy and he'll pull himself all the way up by himself. Now the problem is that he's not super sturdy standing by himself, so I have to be on guard and make sure I'm there watching him in case he falls. What else is he doing? When I bathe him now, he's aware of the water, and so he literally moves his hand all the way up and splashes real hard, water all over the place. So I can no longer use the little plastic baby tub on the sink because he just splashes, and there's literally water all over the floor. All over the floor. So last week I went on Amazon and I looked for, they have these little seats that they have suction cups. You sit them inside the real bathtub and then they're secure sitting there by themselves. He can splash all he wants because it goes inside the tub and it's not all over the floor anymore. So that's been a huge help. He loves the water though. Now for verbal, this child is still screaming from the top of his lungs, just out of nowhere. In fact, yesterday we were at church, and this was after service. We were in the fellowship hall, and he was making his little noises. It wasn't very loud, so sometimes when he's making noises, I like to go like this on his mouth because it makes a funny noise and it makes him laugh. So I was doing that, and then all of a sudden he starts screaming, like almost as if he's on a roller coaster about to go down the hill. That type of scream, and I'm like telling him to be quiet and use his inside voices. I was so embarrassed. Everyone was staring. They were like, why is that child screaming like that? Whose child is this that I'm holding? Not mine acting like that. Nope. Oh, and then last week he started saying B words. So he says ba, ba, ba a lot. And I tease him saying, who's Bob? Because it's always saying ba, ba, Bob, ba, Bob, ba, ba, Bob. You gonna say it for them? Ba, ba, Bob. Cameron, who is Bob? So we have tantrums now. When he doesn't get his way, he starts flailing his arms. He starts kicking me. He starts pushing out. He doesn't want to be confined. It's this whole big production. I don't know where he gets it from. I don't know where he learns it from. Look. What's your problem? What's the issue? What's wrong? Look. He arches his back. What's the problem? That's the sleepy noise. I think he's tired. That's really pretty much it though. His eczema is still doing really well. We went to a pediatric dermatologist the other day, and it wasn't really helpful because all he said is that we need to be moisturizing him and use the cream that we're already using, which is Mometasone or something like that, some type of cortisone cream. And so he prescribed that to us, even though I told him that that's what we've been using. It was pretty pointless. But for the most part, his skin looks really good. It has some flare-ups on his wrists and on his ankles. But other than that, it's fine. So we'll keep an eye on that. His favorite toys for the month are definitely, I don't know if you can see it, but let me move it back. This little walking toy. It has all these activities in the front, so sometimes he'll sit in front of it and play with it. Sometimes he'll stand in front and play with it like this. And then other times we turn it around so he can hold it and practice walking. So we really love this product right now. And then secondly, I would say the bathtub seat that I was just telling you about that we got on Amazon, which I will link in the description, because he likes his independence now. So he can sit by himself and he can splash, he can play with his toys, and he doesn't bother me when I'm trying to wash him up and all of that stuff. So that's another one that we like for this month. And lastly, this month Cameron got asked to be a brand ambassador for 2 separate online clothing companies. The first one is OOZ Clothing. You can find them on Instagram. And then the second one is called Fashionistas. And you can also find them on Instagram. I will link them both in the description box. Really cute clothes for little ones. You can find Cameron wearing their clothes on his Instagram, which is at Lil Camerino. And I will also link that so you can find him. Feel free to follow him, like and comment on his stuff. And if you're interested, go to those clothing pages and order some for your kids as well. That pretty much concludes our video. Cam, anything you want to say? He's in a mood. You in a mood? Go. All these toys in his room, and he wants to play on my legs. All these toys in your room, and you want to play on my legs?